nominated by the liaison. Anyhow, Ernest, do you have a staff report?
A long one, but actually...
I'm sorry we went so long.
2 minutes.
Here's what I want to say. I want to thank some of the folks that attended a focus group that I had about a couple of weeks ago. What I'm trying to do, just to give you a snapshot, is I'm trying to set up, I'm going to be setting up an online neighborhoods association registry. So since I inherited neighborhood associations as one of my priorities, it was all done in hard copy. Yeah, way back to when it was on Gish or wherever. So I've had a management intern helping me. Thank you, like I said, to the folks that came, because it'll allow, and we're going to do a push to the council offices once we get past the beta testing, and it'll allow for all of your neighborhood associations to get registered online. And that'll make things much easier. Thank you. For you. One of the problems that we always encounter every year is that people change officers, they change this, they change that, and we can never keep current with it. So this should be very easy for folks to do, and stay tuned. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're starting a project to also capture HOAs, which the city currently doesn't do. And we've been having a difficult time getting through the state system. It doesn't seem to be captured in any consistent form throughout the different government agencies. Our finance department gave us some names, council offices have some names, and we're trying to set up a registry to capture what we suspect is over 100, 200 HOAs out in San Jose. They're residents. They're folks that need to be communicated by the city. They're organized, they pay dues, but the city really doesn't have an ability to communicate with them effectively, and yet they contain people like yourselves, except they happen to live in complexes that seem to be invisible. So anyway, stay tuned for that as we start to, we're going to roll out phase 1 probably within 30 days. And I'll be sending all of you, you know, kind of an invite to get your groups registered. Even if they are, register again, because we want to capture you on soft copy. And then the HOA is a little longer term project. So anyway, that's all I want to give for my report, except for the fact that, if you aren't aware, Norberto Duenas, who is the interim manager, is now the permanent manager. And you're probably not aware that today he named 3 deputies as permanent. So David Sykes is now the assistant city manager officially. My boss, Julie Edmund Mares, is now is Norberto's replacement as deputy city manager. And Jennifer McGuire, the manager for the budget office, is now an official deputy city manager.
Senior deputy, or senior deputy city manager.
Yeah, so all titles are in place. They were all interim, now they're permanent. So there's stability at the top of the city. So those are the 2 announcements I wanted to make briefly.
Ernest, I'm president of a homeowners association, so I can give you some help on
See,
that.
you're one of the ones that's invisible then.
No, but anyway, I can give you some help on that.
Okay, great. Let's do that. So anyway, there you go.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
No, not yet. I was going to, community comment, any issues, any comments?
Denied.
I second.
Yeah, you're in the, see it in my papers. Anyhow, okay.
Okay, go ahead, go on home.
So I emailed Ernest, and I had a meeting with Code Enforcement Deputy Director Diane Buchanan, and I requested that my allotment of complaints go from 5 to 10, and I think that would be a good idea for all commissioners to have. So we have 5 of our own for our own neighborhoods and 5 for other neighborhoods in our district. So
I'm sorry, I missed this. 11 of...
Code enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we all have 5 that we could make a code enforcement complaint if we see something that arises.
I have it all here, my complaints. If the day you want to see them, I got about 52 of them that I have sent.
They meter it out. So code enforcement restricts the number of complaints that an individual can file at any one time and have open. And so it's one of those gaps.
I mean,
My
if you have to
14
be in a
things-
section of town where there's a whole bunch of burnt out lights and you can only report 5 of them.
That's why
Yes.
there's having so much
But,
confusion.
but
Right.
more than one person can complain about the same issue.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
There's some stuff that actually would be worthwhile for the commission to talk about related to code enforcement of how do things actually get resolved and how do you know? Yeah.
Okay,
So for next
agenda
meeting.
And
I second.
so,
What about the motion,
okay,
adjournment?
no, David, you had a comment?
Back to his point, everybody email Larry with a suggestion of what you think ought to be on there. And don't wait till next meeting, and then we'll have something to chew on.
And I have not heard a second to the motions.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, all opposed, so I did not pass, sorry.
Raise your hand.
Carried.
Raise your hand.
Thank
We're
you.
done.